Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. My name is David Bradley. I am the host of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Thank you so much for being here. First timers, welcome. Appreciate you coming by. If you've been here for a hot minute, man, I love you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your friendship, because really we are friends. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. Let me tell the new people what we do here. The Cardone Solutions Podcast is about this. One of our core principles in Cardone training technologies, give. Service is senior to selling. And I think if you look deep enough, you'll find that 80% of what we do here is 100% free. So my job with the Cardone Solutions Podcast is I'm going to go out into cyberspace and I'm going to find things that we put out there that's free. These are articles that Grant has written. These are blog posts that he's done. Maybe a YouTube video that I'm going to break down and dissect. Maybe a tweet. Maybe he's going to throw something really awesome up on the gram. But I'm going to take the free content. I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to analyze it. I'll deep dive on it. I'll throw some action ideas onto it as well so that you can take it, maximize it, and get the most out of it. More importantly, implement it into your sales and your business and your life. That is exactly what we do on the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I'm going to give you a quick word from today's sponsor, and then we're going to get into today's topic, which is this: how to unleash the power of 10x that is already inside you. You ready for that? While you're listening to today's sponsor, also make sure that you're grabbing a pen and some paper, because there's going to be some note taking involved in today's episode. All right? So, a word from today's sponsor. The Cardone Solutions Podcast is being brought to you by Grant Cardone and Cardone University's coaching program. All right? Now, here's what we know. 84% of managers are too busy to train, coach, and develop their team the way they wish they could. Most managers, however, also got into management simply because they could produce, not because they could transfer skill. However, there's an 88% improvement in production and productivity when coaching gets involved. So, allow me to introduce Grant Cardone's coaching program. This allows you access to Cardone University plus 30 plus managed learning courses that would be facilitated by a certified Cardone coach, me, with you and your team weekly or bi-weekly on Zoom calls. This will increase engagement and accountability. Let us take the reins of your training program. You can have us at a fraction of the cost of bringing somebody in-house, and we will increase your sales volume and profit while reducing extraneous costs like turnover and expand market share. That's right, all of that, okay? For a complimentary sales process and training analysis plus customized training proposal, call 310-777-0352 or email me, david@grantcardone.com. Happy to have a conversation about how we can partner up together. Now, on with the show. Today's episode is getting pulled from a blog post Grant put up recently and what we're going to do today. So make sure you do have a pen and paper. We're going to literally look at how to unleash the power of 10x that is already inside of you. So if you ever heard the phrase, today is the first day of the rest of your life, like that's usually like the standard high school or collegiate graduation theme, yeah, right? It's simple, it's true. Today literally is the first day of the rest of your life. There's another one that goes like this: don't talk to me about my past, I don't live there anymore. It's a favorite of mine. And that's going to apply to what? Well, it's going to apply to last 5 seconds, last 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, weeks, months, last 5 years, so on and so forth. There's no do-overs. There's no rewind in life. If only there was. But the only thing we got is forward motion. Okay? Now, here's the hard question. How's 2020 been for you? Like a lot of people, I'm sorry, I'm just giggling because it's an awkward question. A lot of people have been incredibly hurt by 2020. It's the same time that a lot of people prospered because of 2020. Like greatly. I'm talking to people right now where 2020 is literally going to be their best year. Most, though, unfortunately, have just barely gotten by and are struggling. A lot of you listening to this might be struggling right now. And not only do you already know you could be doing better, but you also know that you should be doing better and that you deserve to be doing better. And look, we all of us, everyone listen, if you're listening to this right now, you, me, myself included, we have a lot going on. And slight chance that you and I might be in a little bit of overwhelm right now. And so, whatever you got going on, most likely, you're working every freaking day and you're not making enough money. Is this true for you in your world? Because right now, I'm literally describing way too many people. And even if you're not working, then you may be working to get working. You may be hustling, but you're certainly not at your potential yet. Especially when you consider all of the insanity that has been 2020 thus far. Keyword, though, is has been. So the question for you is, are you ready to actually get back to work for reals? Because the time we have right now goes like that. You will, sooner rather than later, be looking back on this moment going, man, where'd that time go? The past is literally, it's behind us. And whatever we do in this moment right now, which is the only real true moment we have, is what will create the next moment. So what you're doing right now, you're literally creating your next moment, which means you're creating your future. So the challenge, the question, for you, for me, for us, that Grant puts out there is, are you living your best life? And are you living a 10x super life? So here's the question. Are you ready to unleash the power of 10x already inside of you? So there's a personal coaching exercise that Grant put together a few years ago where we're going to literally together lay the foundation for your 10x super life. So yeah, it's a lot to take in. But what we're going to do is we're going to take it step by step. And we over here at Cardone Training Technologies promise you this. It will all fall into place if you can commit to and stick with it. And if you need proof, well, just look at El Queso Grande over there. Uncle G, Grant Cardone. He made a commitment. He stuck with it. And guess what? It fell into place perfectly. Okay? So grab yourself a pen. Pull up a chair. Have a seat. Make yourself at home. Get comfy. And write down your goals in the following 7 categories. I'll go kind of slow as I go through them so you have time to write them down. The categories, that is. You'll probably need to do the exercise in and of itself after the fact, or push pause, however you want to roll. Number 1, income. 2, wealth. 3, your physical condition. 4, spirituality. 5, family. 6, recreation. 7, professional. So let's just break these down a little bit so there's no confusion, that we're clear on everything, okay? So in fact, if you really want to do this, I'm going to go through the 7 again, and then I'm going to give a little bit of like what that actually means or what that is, and if you want to push pause between each one and write down what your goals would be in those areas, and if you've never thought about goals in those areas before, now would be a good time to do that. Ready? Okay. Income. Like what does that mean? Income. Okay. That's the money that you make every month. That is the money that is coming in. Okay. Write down your current goal for income. Goals for income. Maybe even having a stair step to that. And if you haven't done this in a while, this is going to be a pretty awesome exercise for you. You could do that with how much you want to make a year, or how much you want to make a month, or weekly, daily, maybe all of those. Know those things. Wealth. What level of wealth do you want? And so just to be clear, wealth means like finances in terms of what you think your net worth should be. And just as a reminder, this is your goal, not your current situation. So when you think about net worth, wealth, okay, big picture stuff, no limits. Physical condition. So what kind of physical condition do you want to be in if it was all possible? Like, take a moment, close your eyes. Visualize your ideal physical condition. Is it a weight thing? Is it a size thing? Is it a body composition thing? Is it how much you can, what your output would be? Is it maybe just the way you feel about yourself when you look in the mirror? But you need to have a goal with that physical condition. Spirituality. Now, whatever that means to you is what that means to you, right? Do you have a spiritual connection with a higher power of some sort? And you don't even have to believe in God. Like, you could be an atheist. You know, maybe you just believe, maybe you're agnostic. Maybe you just believe that there is something out there. You don't know what it is. But wouldn't it make sense to have a relationship with that? And even if you don't believe that there's an actual intelligent being out there, how much energy exists in the universe? Just look at gravity. Look at how we're all interconnected. That means you just want to be a good person who does the right thing. Okay? But you know, no matter where you stand on that, you know that there is more energy out there than we understand, and you want to have a relationship with that. Family. So when we talk about money, you know, most people are going to start thinking with immediately spouse, kids, okay? But I would like to encourage you to just broaden that scope a little bit. That's parents, it's grandparents, it's aunts, it's uncles, it's cousins, big picture. Maybe your neighbors. Maybe your community. Maybe your state, your country. To some degree, I mean, we're all related. Okay? What are your goals for your family? Big picture stuff. Recreation. Yeah. Right? Let's have a 10x recreational life. This is the fun stuff. Okay? That's a trip to Vegas. That's skiing in Colorado. Maybe for me, I'd like to spend a week on a 72-foot yacht off the coast of Crete in the Greek islands. Okay? Maybe you've always wanted to go to Paris. Paris. Okay? What if you want African safari? No hunting, though, unless the animals have guns. Fair? Okay, yeah, okay. Hey, what are your recreational goals? Okay? Write that stuff down. And again, big thinking. Hike Mount Kilimanjaro. Touch the South Pole. Go to the moon. As recreation. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, right? We're getting close. At least space tourism is coming. Think big. Professional. Your professional situation is more than just how much money you make. What's your title? What are your responsibilities? How do people view you? How do people see you? How do they perceive you? How do they talk about you? Who listens to you? Who's coming to you for advice? All of these things can indicate where you are professionally. And once you assess that, you can then form a very, very clear picture about who you want to be. Okay, you got all that? That means now it is time to unleash the power of 10x. If you have a helmet, this is the best time to put it on. Fasten your seatbelts and hang on to them hats and glasses, okay? With your goals in black and white in front of you on paper, you've just taken this first massive step towards bouncing back from whatever it is that 2020 threw your way. And we are now laying the foundation for your 10X super life. Like most people don't even do that once a year, and you just did. So congratulations. Now, if you got hung up, like started asking questions and doubting yourself and maybe second guessing or trying to find the hows and the behind it, okay? I want you to just let the imagination go. There's no limits on this stuff. Just think big, think massive, right? Which is a word you're about to get to know really well, really soon. What you're going to do next is I want you to go down the list that you just made for yourself. I've done this exercise. It's insane. Go down the list you've made for yourself. Your income, wealth, physical condition, spirituality, family, recreation, professional. Multiply each one of these things by 10. Make these goals 10 times bigger. 10 times, go to the extreme, make them 10 times bigger than they already were. Now here's a reminder. Do not, under any circumstances, get all hung up on the how. Okay? Just go 10x the stuff. And why do you not want to get hung up on the how? Because you may be asking that question right now. Dude, what's the point of this? There's no fucking way I'm going to be able to do this. How am I supposed to do that? That's a different conversation. Okay? Here's the rule. Here's the rule. It's one simple rule, too. And if you can do this, this is when I said earlier that Grant is the example here. That he made a commitment. He stuck with it. And it all fell into place. And he will be the first guy to tell you. It's in the 10X rule. It's in the book. His biggest mistake was not thinking big enough. Okay, so here's the rule. Commit first. Figure the rest out later. Commit first, figure it out later. Okay? The genius will follow the commitment. It is not the other way around. Once you increase your commitment, the mechanics fall into place. This may be very hard to believe. So there will be some leaps of faith involved in this. But I promise you, the solutions will present themselves. It's amazing. The magic will happen. Okay? Step 1, though, commit. Literally, just commit and the rest will follow. And what we're telling you to do here, what we're advising you, suggesting, pressing, this is the basis of living a 10X super life. It's about doing. It's not about worry. It's about action, not about words. And it might be a new way of thinking for you. But do not quit on this exercise. Because if you don't 10x if you don't 10x your life, nobody else will either. Grant says this, nobody's going to come to your house and make your dreams come true. Okay? Bottom line, you're never going to get paid what you're worth. When I say you're never going to get paid what you're worth, that doesn't just mean money. That's freedom. You have to go 10x. So if you're listening right now and you went through and you did the exercises and then you just 10x'd all of that, if you did that and now you're listening, how jacked up are you right now? Feels good, right? That is the power of 10x inside of you. The question then, though, is, you going to unleash that thing? Could you unleash your power of 10x? Not Grant's, not mine, yours. Could you unleash your power of 10x? Yeah, of course you could. Will you? Will you? Right? That's the real question. Will you? And then when? When are you going to do that? Okay? And why hasn't it happened already? What time is it? Time is now. Okay? So go get it. This has been another exciting episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast for real help with 10xing your life. Head on over to cardonesolutions.com/10x your income, where you will learn from the best, Grant Cardone. And you will also get complete access to the most comprehensive sales and business training anywhere and everywhere, guaranteed to help you increase your income. And when you increase your income, you increase your wealth. We're going to show you how to grow your primary income, add additional flows, build up that pipeline, create passive income, and grow your wealth like the 1%. That's cardonesolutions.com/10x your income. Thank you so much for listening. If this has helped you and you know it can help somebody else, please make sure that you've shared it. If you haven't subscribed already, thanks in advance for doing that right now. And I'm going to leave you with the words of Grant Cardone, which is be great. Nothing else pays. See you soon.